Everybody, this is Dax. You are you, and we are not famous like Grace Vanderwaal. Maybe because we are not as pretty as she is, as great a songwriter as she is, and obviously as great of a musician and singer as she is. But anyway, be that as it may, as you know, I've been intrigued by her personality in interviews recently because her music, I think, is the best modern music there is. So I'm going to do this quick reaction to an interview that she and her co-star in the movie Stargirl did a couple of days ago. His name is Graham Verchere, I think it is. So I'm going to do a reaction to Grace, and then I might do a little bit on Graham just to kind of see what his personality is like. I don't know if I'll do the entire part with him, but definitely on Grace. I got this from Sam Borgman's YouTube site. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate that. So what do you say we just jump right in with this and see what the lovely Grace has to say about her upcoming stint in Stargirl. So here we go.
I used to want to be an actress when I was little, but then obviously just a bajillion different crazy things happened, and I ended up being a singer, which I'm also so passionate about, and it's definitely my dream. But I always still wanted to be an actress and be in a movie, and I got offered roles, but everything just sounded wrong. Nothing sounded right. It was all sort of like a fairy or something like that. And I don't know, I guess when I heard about Stargirl, I don't know, it was just I felt like just the character in the story was the perfect mixture of maturity but also still being really, really fun and light, and it was my dream role. I wouldn't say I'm like Stargirl. She's a lot cooler than me, but I do relate to Stargirl a lot. Especially, I only went to public school for 1 year, my first year of junior high, and I didn't enjoy it at all. And at least my public school was genuinely like the movies. It was super weird. And I feel like Stargirl was a lot stronger than me, though, back then. And I feel like everyone can sort of relate to her for being strong, but then being just vulnerable for people she cares and loves about. And I feel like we can all sort of relate to that.
She's so mature.
I'm always around adults, always, which I love. I'm friends with my band and I'm friends with my crew, but I'm never around kids, especially creative kids. So I think one of my favorite parts has been making friends, actually, on this movie, and also for me and Graham, who plays Leo. I think it's been really good for us on screen to create a bond and become friends, because I don't know. I mean, obviously he's done movies before, but I feel like we both make each other feel more comfortable on the screen. I absolutely love Julia. She's actually, I feel like, probably the main reason why I'm here, because I wasn't sure about doing Stargirl at first, and I remember I had a Skype call with her, and we just shared our dreams and ideas and thoughts, and we were so similar. And I literally decided to do it by talking to her, and because she was so I sensed such a good energy from her the moment I started talking to her. And she especially has made me, not only me though, everyone, because even though most other cast members have done things in the past, it's still nerve-wracking, because this is really different for all of us. A lot of us have never done a Disney film before or something like this, and she makes everyone feel so comfortable. For scenes that I was nervous about or something, or rehearsing, I'm I don't know, I feel like I might be sounding like I'm reading from a script. She would genuinely help me so much and make me feel so comfortable, and I don't think the movie would be the same without her at all.
I think Leo's really interesting because he has a completely different personality inside than he shows to the world. And that's, he used to be so open about that kind of stuff, singing with his dad and being interested in archaeology with archaeology. But because he gets bullied and everyone around him only tries to blend in. He suppresses it, and he doesn't really do the things he likes to do as much because he's scared that it'll be weird. And Stargirl comes along, and she doesn't care. She knows who she is, and she's fine with it.
That's great.
And she tries to teach it to Leo, and he doesn't really get it. Actually, he asks her to change for him. He has the opportunity to actually get close to her, like a lot of people in the school don't. And that does change him, but eventually it gets so bad that he has to make the choice of, do I value this person who's made me the happiest I've ever been, or do I just try to fit in? Like, if you leave a gift for someone and don't take credit, that's something Stargirl does, and it's just those little things that happen all the time, every day, that you won't necessarily have someone who's exactly like Stargirl, but you'll definitely have pieces of her in, like, everyone. I think a lot of the relatability comes from just the incredible writing by Jerry Spinelli and Julia and Kristen and Jordan, because it's so well done, and it's real. I'm not even sure how to explain it, but it's just so, all of the characters feel real, and it's justifiable, and every character has a personality inside their head, and you can see it.
Oh, that was interesting. One reason I ended up watching his entire interview is I wanted to contrast Grace and him. I didn't really think about that until about 5 seconds into his interview, where he was obviously nervous and stuttering a little bit and saying and had his nervous laughs, you know, and trying to put his thoughts together. He seems like a really, really nice boy, but I really found it interesting that Grace was entirely different. There was no pausing with her. She put everything into an instant perspective. She had enormous presence, answered the questions quickly, and then went into them in even greater depth. Like when she said that Stargirl is more confident than her. I mean, that candid nature of Grace, and then explains why she was. And at that age, you know, Grace, that 1 year of public school, I didn't know that. I thought she actually had more than 1 year of public school, so that's new on me. But 1 year is all it takes in public school to get a taste of public school. I did 12 years of it. Anyway, but I just love how Grace did that. Julia, I believe, is the director, the one who put the whole movie together. Spinelli, obviously, the author. But I loved how she talks about Julia and how she helped her. But the thing with Grace on this also was that she isn't all made up. I mean, it looked like she had a little bit on her eyes, but her hair was all messed up. She's very casual. You know, I've just found out recently that Grace already has been a model for 3 years. Obviously, she should be. She's gorgeous. But she's been a model all this time, and in the previous interview that I did a reaction on, she didn't even correct Michelle Collins on the fact, Michelle said, you should be a model. Grace has been a model for 3 years, and Grace is humble, didn't correct Michelle on that or add information, just let it go. I mean, that's an extraordinarily honest, humble person that can do that. Not embarrass your much older interviewer, you know, for not knowing that. I mean, that takes a soul right there. That takes a magnanimity, a greatness of soul to do something like that. And it just comes out in her. She's so present. And Graham doesn't quite have that yet. Nothing against him. I certainly didn't at that age. He did better than I would have done at that age. But Grace is just on a whole different plane. She knows herself like Stargirl, like Graham mentioned. I loved on this one the fact, frankly, that there wasn't any humor. Grace just is very serious about what she did on that. So it was kind of nice seeing Grace in just a completely serious, frank, easygoing mode all the way through. That was also nice too. And it shows me that when it really comes down to it, she is that way as well. So this was really enjoyable to watch, and I love the contrast between the two. So I can't wait to see the movie. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look forward to hearing y'all's comments. Catch you on the backside. Talk to you soon. Bye now.